This is a cute little picket fence sign, and I got this from the Dollar Tree. The first thing I'm going to do is give it a coat of Rust-Oleum, chalky white linen. Rust-Oleum is my favorite. One of the nice things about these wooden signs you get from the Dollar Tree is they soak up the paint pretty quickly. So that means there's not a lot of drying time. If you go into their Crafter Square section, you're going to see they have all different kinds of signs and all different kinds of shapes, and you get lots and lots of options for your decoupage projects. I love this little picket fence sign when I saw it, and I have to be really honest, this kind of sat in my stash for a while until I could come up with something that I really liked. So this is a springtime Easter little project that I'm doing, and you're going to see that this fence works absolutely perfect. So I'm going to go over it a little bit more. As you can see, it's drying, like I said, very fast, so I'm able to give it really good coverage. And then when I'm completely done here, and it looks like I am, I'm going to give it some time to dry. All right, here is the beautiful napkin I got from Vippies Designs, www.vippies.com. And of course, I'm going to separate it because remember with decoupage, we only use that top printed layer. Okay, guys, when I decided to do this picket fence, I wanted to do something a little bit differently. A lot of times we take our napkin and we kind of just lay it on the top of the surface. Well, I didn't want to do that. I want to take the napkin and I want it to go along the sides of the fence as well. So I'm doing this by 2 of the pickets at a time. Okay, so I'm laying the napkin on top of the picket, that first one, and I'm going over it a little bit with the Mod Podge. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tuck the brush down in between the 2 pickets, as you can see there. And I'm going to brush a little bit more Mod Podge on top of the second picket. I'm going to put a little bit more Podge underneath. And then I'm going to run my brush in between the 2 pickets again because I want that napkin to get on the sides of the picket fence. You're going to see the napkin design from the sides as well as from the front. I'm going to do the same thing now between the second and third picket. I'm making sure I have some Mod Podge and I'm tapping it down. And again, I want to get the napkin on the sides of the picket fence as well. So I'm going to go ahead and do that with the third picket as well. So this does take more time. It does. But I have to tell you, when you see this, when it's all done, it's worth a little bit of extra time to do a project like this because it looks different. It looks more finished. I'm going to say it even gives it maybe a little bit more of a high-end look because of the details of taking the napkin and putting it around the sides of the pickets. All right, now I'm ready to go on to the next step, and I love this step. It is a little bit tedious, but wow, it makes such a difference. I want to make sure that my brush has a lot of Mod Podge on it. I want it to be really wet because I want to break between the 2 pickets. I want to break that napkin and I'm wrapping it around to the back because picket fences, especially the really cute ones, there's a space between each of the pickets, right? So you can see there, it looks much more finished. Now, this isn't hard to do. It does take a little bit of time, but you just have to push the brush through the little space there, just like that. And I want to do a little wrap on the top of the picket fence too. That's really easy. I'm just doing a lot of Mod Podge and I'm flipping it over and I'm pressing down a little bit so that I have the point. And I love that. Now at the bottom, you're going to do the same thing. You're just going to kind of break through the napkin and then just put a little Mod Podge on the back of the fence. And then just flip it over and just glue it down. There you can see how much more finished that looks. I'm going to do a little bit more up on top. And it's really coming out so pretty. And the napkin is wrapped all the way around. Okay, I'm done with the fence. Doesn't it look great? And we're going to put a grapevine wreath on there. Now, but before I do that, I'm going to use some Waverly Antique Wax, which is very, very popular because it does a really good job of aging things. Now, I'm using this applicator to put it on. And I'm sure you've seen this on other videos. Well, I just got them and I thought they were like a sponge, but it's actually a brush, so it does a really good job. And as I go over this and I'm doing the edges, I'm also going over the top because that white in the napkin is just a little bit too bright. So I'm just going to go over it a little bit to tone it down. I'm going to let that dry. This is a little Dollar Tree bunny, and I went ahead and painted it blue, and now I'm doing the same thing. I'm just aging it up a little bit by using the wax. Now it's time to put down the grapevine wreath. This also came from the Dollar Tree. I got it around Valentine's Day, I believe. So I'm going to put some hot glue on the back, and then I'm going to just put it right down there in the middle of the fence. I'm going to press it down really well to make sure it's good and adhered. Now I'm going to take the little bunny and I'm going to put it there. So I'm going to take hot glue and I'm going to put it on the bottom and on the ears. And then I decided I better put more in the back. So I'm not exactly sure where this is going to go on that wreath. That wreath has got a lot of texture and that looks good. And I'm just going to press it down. I think this is super cute, and I love how the napkin looks going down the sides of the picket fence. All right, this little bunny came with a cottontail, and I took it off, and now I'm just going to take a little bit of hot glue and put it right back where it was. Now, I want to balance off this wreath, and I want to give it a little bit more springtime and color, so I'm using this little tiny flowers that I got and a little bit of hot glue, and I'm going to tuck them right there, but I'm going to do it mostly to the top, and this is going to give a lot of balance to the wreath in addition to a lot more color. Okay, here's my completed picket fence sign. Perfect for spring, perfect for Easter. This would look lovely as decor in your home, but you know what? I think this would make a really good gift as well. I also want to remind you that I get my beautiful napkins from Vippies Designs Decoupage Napkin Shop, www.vippies.com. They have hundreds and hundreds of napkins. All right, here's a close-up, a real close-up of this fence. I did this picket fence. You can see all the dimensions with the wreath and the flowers and how I took the napkin and I wrapped it around each picket in the fence. Really gives it a nice finishing touch. I want to give a shout out to any of my new viewers. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Decoupage D.I.Y with Joan-Marie Domino. You can give me a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and if you have any questions, please put it down there in the comments. And of course, for all of my returning viewers, thank you so much. I always appreciate when you come and you join me. And remember, you can meet up with me in my Facebook page or at my Facebook page and on Instagram as well. And Vippies Designs, they have a Facebook page and they have an Instagram too. So you can go ahead and see anything new that they have coming up. If you go to the Dollar Tree and you can't find these picket fences, you could try it on any piece of wood, anything that's flat like that. Just take the napkin and wrap it around the sides and give it a nice finished look.